Hey, True Believers, Englentine here with another batch of comic book reviews. Today, gonna be taking a look at, from Marvel Comics, X-Force, obviously, since that's what the thumbnail is. Then we're gonna be taking a look at Dragonfly Man for the Independents, and DC's comic will be Batman vs. Superman. I know we're a few issues in, I'm late to the party, but I wanted to find out what all of this fuss was about, so let's get this party started. Okay, judging by the cover, and we're going to be looking at the main cover here, I'm not a big fan of these things. So this is a poster cover, obviously, but nobody's focused on the same thing. So is it a picture? Are they looking for a threat? Because Colossus is in a kind of a fight position. Wolverine's claws out, but nobody's really looking in the same direction. So, I mean, I've seen some of my Asian friends take a picture like this, but it is so forced. Ooh, I get it. X-Force. Okay. Now they're talking about the pictures they take. Well, now let's get down to the book. You know, I looked at this twice. I read it and I was like, okay, you know, it's not bad. At least people are fighting back. And then when it comes time to do this recording, I like to, thumb through it and check it out again. It seems like they're recreating Domino here to be some sort of, like, silent character, like, Harley Quinn in Gotham or something like that. Really strange. I don't know. I don't know if I care for this or not. I mean, she seems more dangerous or something, but it's more like she's kind of creepy rather than anything else. I mean, I said silent, but she's not silent throughout the entire thing. But creepy is definitely something that she's nailed as. So in this one, we actually show that Krakoa is not the safe haven that we were led to believe. Now, in one of my first critiques of the X-Men under Hickman's run is that it really does seem like something's off, and I was wondering if this was a plan of Krakoa, to say he's providing a safe haven, because Krakoa feeds off of mutant energies, or at least it did when it was first brought up in Giant Size X-Men #1. So what a better way to feed off of mutant energies than to offer up his place of safe haven. Well, in this case, we find out that there are actual predators on Krakoa, and then Krakoa actually gets attacked. They bring up the Marauders, I guess, just to remind us that comic book is out there. Not just, it's like, oh my gosh, look, we gotta stop anything coming that doesn't go through the gates. And Jean Grey's like, unless it's Kitty Pryde and her Marauders. And she says it just like that instead of like, oh, it's Kitty. Or it's the Marauders, which would be more natural dialogue. They just had to get it in like that. It's Kitty Pryde and her Marauders. And so that was kind of forced, but they just, like I said, wanted to remind you that the comic book is out there. Overall, I think this is my favorite book so far. I haven't checked out Excalibur yet. I'll be doing a review of that and a couple of other comics soon. I'm going to get to all of the #1s at some point in time, even if it is a little bit late. But I don't know what to say. I did like Black Tom Cassidy. I kind of liked his role in this. Although, once again, something's up, man. Seriously, these are villains. Let's treat them like villains. Let's have villains be villains. I mean, I don't know. This has been a problem with me for Marvel in a long time. Once again, though, it's better than the other X titles, but still something is just a little bit off. Dragonfly and Dragonfly Man. If you haven't checked out this title, man, you are doing yourself a disservice. So the kangaroo fights. The Dragonfly cover here is exactly what it is. You've got the darker Dark Knight version of it, and then you've got, say, Dragonfly 66 version of it as well. This captures it perfectly, by the way, because this kind of thing happens in each one of these books. Anyway, let's talk about the comic itself. It starts off in the Dark Knight version of Dragonfly, and we see that there's a little bit of trouble as they're dealing with murders and everything, but the trouble is brewing from within. It really does seem like Dragonfly is not treating I think his name is Stinger, his sidekick. He's not treating him with respect, and Stinger's starting to take notice. I would not be surprised if at some point we are seeing Stinger take on Dragonfly Man just to show him that he is somebody to be respected. And I do appreciate that. While over in Dragonfly Man universe, they're dealing with a villain called Devilman. And the actions and the attitudes towards Dragonfly Man are night and day. I mean, even the cops are like, oh, well, excuse us for our stupidity, Dragonfly Man. We'll try to do better. I'm so embarrassed to be caught with my pants down around, you know, that kind of thing. Very much the way Commissioner Gordon treated Batman in the old TV show. It's a lot of fun, by the way. I know. I love the juxtaposition of the two different dragonflies as we're going along. We're basically telling the same story. They're basically telling us the same story. And it works. It fits. And more importantly, it's fun. This is a seriously fun comic book. If I'm going to point out any flaw, and it's hard to do with this because I feel like I'm nitpicking, like I'm searching for something to say, it has to be that Dragonfly and Dragonfly Man can really get buried by its own premise. So, I mean, the fun and the cuteness, the whole 9 yards, comes out of the fact that we're seeing sometimes the same story told in two different perspectives. But if they aren't careful, and this happens sometimes, it's too gimmicky. Rather than telling the story itself, it really relies on the gimmick instead. And I think in the end, that can be a detriment. Not this time around, thank you very much, but it kind of skirts that issue a little bit. So I would have to warn them. Not that they're going to watch this video, though. But I would have to warn of that. That is probably the biggest pitfall that they would have going. Thankfully, though, absolutely entertaining book. If you haven't picked it up yet, do yourself a favor. It's at issue number 1. It was released this week on the 6th, so it should still be on shelves if they ordered enough. Check it out. And last but not least, okay, last, maybe least, I don't know, I have to think about it, is Batman Superman number 1. The covers, I use the attached covers, each side is an individual. They work. I mean, you know, they want to show you it's Batman and Superman. They've got both characters on, and then they're taking on the Batman who laughs. So, yeah, it works. It's all right. I guess I like this cover all right. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to the book itself. Okay, now, if you guys hadn't paid attention to I Love Comics when I was doing reviews over there, I'm not the biggest fan of the Batman Who Laughs, nor was I the biggest fan of, what was it, Dark Material, whatever that miniseries was that started off strong and then petered out into everything. Dark Metal. And that's how I feel about it. This whole Batman Who Laughs thing started off so cool, and then it just suffers. The more you know, the less it's scary, the less it's intimidating, the less I care about it, tell you the truth. This time around, oh my gosh, we've got a Superman Who Laughs. Oh, God. I did like the beginning of it, this part right here. The part where they're playing off the psychology of each character was really strong, and I think they need to stick to that kind of thing, especially if they're going to use this character. It should be about the psychology. It should be about stuff like that. Instead, I don't know, it just kind of drops the ball somewhere. I'm not saying the book is bad. It's actually not. It's not a bad book. It's just, we've been here. We've done that. And we've been doing this now for a couple of years. It's like, I think I feel about this the same way I feel about the Infinity Gauntlet and the Infinity Wars over at Marvel. Great premise, but you have worn it out. It's time to let it go for just a little bit. If I had read this at any other point, maybe I would have liked it more. But because it just seems like this is the only idea they have these days is to put the Batman laughs and everything, it seems a little bit stale. We just got over the Batman Who Laughs miniseries. Let's look at somebody else. Let's do something else. Let's bring back some older villains and see something new we could do with them. That's just me, though. Once again, I think the writing is okay. I think the art is okay. And mind you, I'm not saying it's great. I think it's good. It's not going to blow anybody away, but at least it works. Now, I understand issues 2, 3, and I think maybe 4 is out. I'm going to check those out as well, and hopefully it gets better. But as far as now, like I said, good, not great. Anyway, gang, there you go. Those are the 3 reviews this time around. Dragonfly Man, X-Force, and Batman. If I were to put them in order, though, which one would I say is best? Which one did I enjoyed Dragonfly Man. And then I think I enjoyed X-Force this time around. And yeah, Batman, Superman was the least of them. Not that, like, once again, not a bad book, just it's there. Anyway, let me know what you think. Did you read these books? And if so, what do you put at the top? Don't forget to click like, share, subscribe. If you haven't done it already, ring that notification bell and make sure the notifications are set on all so you don't miss anything. Cool things happen around these parts. Hate for you to miss any of it. If you don't mind helping out the channel, go on over to Ko-Fi or to Patreon. Drop $1 in the tip jar, or you could commission your own video. Just pick out whatever subject, whatever topic, and we'll get that out to you as soon as possible. Like, thank everybody who's already done that, and to everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.